There are places you visit, and then there are places you remember. A place where the roads disappear into the clouds, where the mountains seem endless, and where the cold wind makes you forget the noise of everyday life. This is Murree, a beautiful mountain city in Pakistan. But behind its beautiful views, there is a story much bigger than tourism. Our journey begins as we leave the busy streets behind. The buildings slowly disappear, the roads begin to climb, and the landscape starts changing with every turn. The air feels different. The temperature drops, and suddenly, the mountains surround you. This is what makes the journey to Murree special. Sometimes, the destination is not the most beautiful part of a trip. The road itself is the experience. As you move deeper into the hills, Murree slowly reveals itself. Tall trees cover the mountains, clouds move across the sky, and the city appears between the hills. Murree has been one of Pakistan's best-known hill destinations for generations. People come here to escape the heat, to breathe cooler air, to see the mountains, and simply to slow down. But Murree is not the same in every season. In summer, it becomes a cool escape from the cities. And in winter, the mountains can transform into a completely different world. The same roads, the same trees, and the same city can look completely different when covered in fog or snow. And then there is the heart of the city, Murree Road. For many visitors, this is where the Murree experience begins. The streets become busy, restaurants and shops come alive, families walk through the streets, and the sound of the city mixes with the sound of the mountains. But if you only explore the busy streets, you may miss another side of Murree. A quieter side, filled with forest, mountain roads, peaceful viewpoints, and beautiful landscapes. Away from the crowds, Murree changes. The noise becomes quieter, the roads become emptier, and the forests begin to take over. Sometimes, all you can hear is the wind moving through the trees. You stop for a moment, look at the mountains, and realize how small we are compared to the world around us. Maybe that is the real attraction of the mountains. They don't just give you beautiful views. They give you a reason to slow down. They give you a chance to forget your busy routine and simply enjoy the moment. But perhaps the most beautiful thing about Murree is something you cannot control, the weather. One moment, the mountains are completely visible, and the next, clouds begin to cover everything. The streets disappear into mist, the trees become shadows, and the entire city feels like a scene from another world. This is the beauty of mountain weather. You can visit the same place twice and see two completely different landscapes. Sometimes the clouds arrive slowly, covering the mountains one by one. Sometimes the fog appears within minutes. And when it does, Murree feels completely different. But a city is more than its mountains. It is also about the people who live there. The shopkeepers, the hotel workers, the drivers, the restaurant staff, and thousands of people whose lives are connected to tourism. For visitors, Murree may be a weekend escape. But for many local families, it is their home, their work, and their everyday life. Behind every busy street and every hotel, there are people working to keep this mountain city alive. Their daily lives continue while visitors come and go, taking photographs, enjoying the weather, and creating memories. And then there are those moments when you find a quiet place away from the crowds. No traffic, no noise, just mountains, trees, wind, and the sound of nature. You don't need a perfect plan for moments like this. Sometimes, all you need is a road, a camera, and enough time to look around. Because travel is not always about seeing more. Sometimes, it is about feeling more. As the day comes to an end, Murree begins to change again. The sunlight becomes softer, the mountains turn darker, and the city lights begin to appear. The same streets that were busy during the day now have a completely different atmosphere. For a moment, everything feels slower. The mountains, the clouds, the lights, and the people returning from another day of exploring. Maybe this is when Murree looks its best. Not in the middle of the crowd, but in those quiet minutes between day and night. Murree is more than a place on a map. For some people, it is a holiday. For others, it is a childhood memory. For someone else, it may simply be a place where they found peace for a few hours. And perhaps that is why people keep coming back. Because you can leave Murree, But sometimes, a part of Murree stays with you. The mountains, the clouds, the cold wind, the roads, and those moments when you simply stopped and looked around. This is Murree, a city in the mountains, a journey through the clouds, and perhaps a place you will want to visit again. Murree. See you again.